Get answers for the other questions that we did? What do you?
Because he didn't start recording, so he didn't get the other question.
73, 74. Couple people have asked this already throughout the day today and yesterday. If on the final, is it going to be shown or told that it's going to be arithmetic or geometric in order to do this stuff? Yes, it will be told that you have an arithmetic or a geometric sequence. That way, or series, that way you know which formula to use. Also, that was the chapter that I gave you formulas. So you will at least have those. Okay? I don't know. I haven't decided. I have a week.
Could you decide?
Well, I really have. I got till Thursday to make that decision.
Could we be informed of that by Thursday?
Yes.
Okay.
Going through this, when we do the sum is your first term, 1 minus r to the n over 1 minus r. That's the sum of the geometric series. Fill in the blanks. We want 19,684 to equal 4 times the quantity, 1 minus, well, what's my rate?
You have to
-3. Very good.
Negative.
All right, we can stop the whistling, please.
Yes, sir. Stop the whistle.
And now we start simplifying. What's 1 minus -3?
4.
What's 4 divided by 4?
1.
It's 1.
Is it June?
Is that right? Classic Murphy. So now, I'm gonna move these around. What's 4 divided by 4?
It wasn't divided by.
It was.
Yes,
It was
it was.
4 multiplied by that.
Oh, the one outside of the door.
What's 4 divided by 4?
2.
So we have 19,684 is 1 minus the rate to the n. Which means I'm going to move this piece over here and subtract that over there. So I'm going to get -3 to the n is -19,683. Right? Yeah. Here's where I would have to log base. I can't log base a negative number. But but the idea here is that what we're trying to ask is 3 to what power is 19,683? Or if you start thinking about it, if it's a negative number raised to a power to equal a negative, wouldn't that power have to be odd?
Yeah.
That's what it's looking at.
Oh, so just don't put in the negative.
How is the -3 to n negative?
It's minus -3 to the n. Yes, ma'am.
So, I have a question. If we just got to this point, could you just plug in check?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we just would have to get it to that.
You get to some point and you can start looking at, oh, which one is this going to work? And then I think the options in these you had, if you realize it's got to be an odd number, you only have 2 of them to check, and 9 works.
Wait, how do you know?
In order to have some number are,
Couldn't we just use our calculator to log base?
some number that's negative raised to an exponent to give me a negative, that means that this exponent has to be odd.
So we can still use the calculator to figure it out, right?
Maybe, unless I take it from you. I do walk around during finals and take stuff from people.
What if we plug in?
No, you're not taking this calculator.
It's deathmatch math.
He can take my money.
It's going to be 9. It works out to be 9. The other one, but if you look at number 75, if you're just starting to look at it, your rate is going to be 3, and your first term is -4. So you know that each time you're just multiplying by 3. So what's 3 times 108?
3 times 3 is 24. Negative.
Now, if I multiply that by 3, it's going to be a little over 900, right?
Pretty much.
900-ish. So just start looking at the numbers. If I have 900-ish plus 100-ish is 1,000-ish. 324 plus 1,000-ish is already 1,300. Add in the other stuff. Isn't that pretty close to 1,400?
Pretty much.
How many of those did I just add up?
9.
Two.
6.
Wait, no.
5. 6.
7.
3. 2. 1. Last off.
Happy New Year!
6. 8.
6.
5. 6. 6.
Oh my God, guys, there are 6 numbers. He's adding.
6.
I added 6 of them together.
Wow, we can count. We're counters algebra too.
Guys, what I'm getting at here is, again, multiple choice tests. Use other strategies sometimes to get through it. You don't have to math. You can use common sense.
Use backwards math.
Backwards math. So you're going to use half of them.
Wait, when did we get pets from the town? Have it
Since like
I can't listen to you.
Back 2016.
Sorry, it winds up being 6. Martina, I'm just showing that there's I was just using, see how everything was going up by, you were multiplying by 3? I recognized that right away, and I saw, I'm like, okay, if I multiply this by 3, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
If I multiply that by 3, I'm at 900-ish. And right away, if I'm at 900, 300, 100, that's 1,300. That's probably pretty close, because if I triple that, it's going to be more than this already. So I added up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. I'm just doing it mentally, because sometimes it's faster. That's all. I can go through the process of doing the log bases and all that other stuff too. It will work. But I'm just saying that sometimes it's a little bit quicker. If you can figure it out, go for it. Okay. Yeah.
Would I be three?
Yeah.
There's 50 questions from the minus, like how many points is
6%.
20%.
that? This is 20%. No, but like,
So if you wanted to get each question,
Yeah, it's multiple choices, each worth a point.
And then whatever you can. That goes into
And then it's your percentage.
so for every this year, right,
It's for 73, it'll be like odd using negative stuff, so like odd has to be 7. Or am I thinking this wrong?
Well, let's look at it. For 73, we want to figure out how many we have to add up to get to 170 of them. They're alternating. We have an alternating signs. Our rate is -2, because my first term is -2, so it'll be -2. 1 minus the -2 to the end over 1 minus -2. And it has to equal 770. Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, you can go for it if you want. Because it's only double, you can do it. But we'll go the long way here. What's 1 minus -2?
3.
So now I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal of -2/3. So I have -3 halves times 170 is 1 minus my rate of -2 to the end. What's half of 170? 85. Multiply that by 3. Negative. And now you'll see that I'm going to bring the 2 over to the left, move the 255 over the other direction, and I get -2 to the what power is a positive 256. Has to be even. Yes, sir.
I'm just seeing this real quick, but if you added 255, you have the 1 minus 2. Am I seeing that wrong?
What's that? I
Never
added
mind, I see it.
this.
I see, you added the chunk as a whole.
Yeah, and then I moved this one back over here.
Okay.
Because I'm adding what was in parentheses.
Yeah, I was just thinking negative.
Yeah, you said the same thing, the last one there. Remember, when you have that negative rate, it stays in the parentheses when you move it over. And what is that? 8? I thought. Sure. Hey, I know you guys had questions about Simplify Verify. Want to do a couple of them?
Yeah.
Those are my favorite.
Pretty much. Wait, are these even in the
Yeah,
packet?
those are easy.
They're in one of them. I think the one I gave you yesterday had some, didn't it?
You gave us something yesterday? Oh, yeah.
No,
You right.
no.
You gave us one on Wednesday.
Oh, that one.
What was that?
This one? You gave us this yesterday? I thought you gave us
No.
this.
No, that was Wednesday.
What day is today?
Friday.
Hey, goodness. What? Why did you guys win yesterday?
Dang, that's salty. Wow.
Yeah.
It's funny because you weren't the only one who told him that.
Wait, what did we tell him? You said why did we win? Because he lost.
He was not.
Oh, you guys lost because you were starting.
But this was last night. You got
Starting.
He knows I give grief. I'm sorry you had a lousy game. You might not have a lousy game, but it's a team.
Eric, you
Wait,
guys
it
lost.
felt Eric on
Maybe they had a really good game
yesterday.
Oh yeah, did you tell him? We're going on a road trip. I'm gonna leave you guys in Tennessee with my camper.
Yeah, that would.
I was gonna do it with my kids.
No.
Eric started that. That was the day before.
Simplify on the first page?
Let's verify the identities.
Verify. Woo!
Wait, how are we gonna verify on
Page one.
You get 10
Chapter 14B test.
That's an easy tier.
How do I verify that the tangent times cotangent is 1?
Sine over cosine.
Times
1 over tangent.
Oh, yeah, it's
sine over cosine.
Tangent
over tangent. Pi over 2 equals
And then they
1.
can-
Oh, that's what I
Seriously?
said. That's what I said.
Seriously?
That's what I said.
We verified!
Hold on, Mr. Murphy, that's not the type of stuff.
Yeah, that's too much. No, that's
hard stuff.
What was the other one? Tangent squared. What does it say? Tangent squared is what?
Squared x plus 4 equals secant squared x plus 3. See? Page 105.
So,
Isn't it 1 minus?
Can't you do minus secant squared?
so let's, a lot of times when we have these types of problems, it was usually easier to simplify into the standard forms as opposed to going from the standard forms to the reciprocal functions. Secant squared is tangent squared plus 1, I believe, correct?
Sure.
So, using my Pythagorean identities, I know that this equals tangent squared plus 1.
Okay, can you just put your mic up?
And it equals tangent squared plus 4. Sine squared, it would be 1 minus sine squared cosine. Yes, sir.
Did you say we're getting the identities test?
I don't know. Verify is a little bit trickier to do via, but you can do a simplify. You can do a simplify.
Why are all the simplified crossed out?
I don't know. Stop whistling. Please. The ones that are on here for the simplified, those are negative angles and half angles. Those are ones we did not do. You will do those next year. You will love them.
Probably not.
Here's the battery back.
Wait, can I see the battery to my phone?
We already tried that.
Oh, yeah, we already did. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, we already did. If you still care for dogs,
These are all verified.
find out. Like,
There we go. You could easily do something like this.
Oh, no, I can't.
Is this a simplify?
If this was a simplified, and it had it, guys, and it had to do a multiple choice. A simplified problem can give you possible answers. Knowing your identities is how you undo it. So you have sine over cosine tangent. One of two ways of doing this. Rewrite everything in terms of sines and cosines.
Sine over cosine is.
Sine over cosine is. Now, isn't this the same as doing this?
Yeah.
What's sine over cosine?
Tangent times over.
Equals 1.
How does it equal the same thing?
So you could have a bunch of possible answers there. Whereas when you have the verify problems, it's telling you what you're going to end up with. You have to get there. Verify is a lot more difficult to do on a multiple choice because who knows?
So let's not do it on a multiple choice.
But if you have a simplify, you can easily list out possible answers.
So are you saying there's not going to be any verifies?
I don't know.
But how would you pick
Exactly.
How would you do a verify?
that? Have like the whole like.
This is
Can
not one of
we do
those
yes or
things.
no?
I have like different
Any
steps
use
for
for
A,
that
B.
ever. Why do we learn that?
Why do you learn a lot of stuff?
No, that's like. No, I'm just saying. That's like. I don't know, let's figure out, let's
It's-
go backwards on a track to say we went backwards. Why would we do that? We're just turning right instead of left. What's the difference? That's not doing anything for left. Okay.
Secant squared minus cosine squared, secant squared.
Don't wear out your legs. Because if you're running,
You run a different way, you get your leg.
Well. I'm just saying, this is so stupid. Why do you even-
What is cosine squared times secant squared?
Tangent squared.
What?
1.
What?
They're inverses of one another.
Minus 1, and then.
Isn't
What's
that
secant,
secant
and what's secant squared minus 1?
Secant squared.
See, that's what I meant, the whole answer.
How do you fix this?
It just drops right to that.
You said cosine.
Yes, ma'am.
So for multiple choice and something like that, you have like tangent squared or cosine squared.
Yeah. You can easily pop a bunch of different answers into this stuff. One of the other things that I did have for you guys is that made one other review question sheets of some other style problems that people have had issues with in the past.
You should just give us the final from last year.
Or this year was the final.
Yeah, hers gave us the exact same.
I don't know.
There you are. I have not put a wealth of extra review problems. I just had extra problems for you guys.
I know what you're saying now. No.
I figured you received notice.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
It's the only thing-
That's why I figured I didn't know if you received or not. That's what I did.
I was going to say
What is it called now? Rogers small
I have a question. So like 17,
Guys,
so like 17, you know how there are those games with words where they're like, how many words can you make out of this singular words? Is there like an equation that helps you figure that out? Or
that's your factorials.
Look at that. That was like
Is it?
perfect assist.
So in 17, how many letters are?
Oh, no, I understand how
Oh,
that
okay.
works. I'm just asking if there was like an equation. That
No, it's just the distinguishing pattern where you use the factorials.
Okay.
What I want to try and do is just, like I said, extra problems that I know that people have had problems with in the past, style-wise, the way they're worded and all that. Take some time going through these, see if you can figure these out. The answers are on the back. We'll go through some of this stuff here. There are a couple other problems that I want to show you guys on Tuesday. But I know it's a 3-day weekend and you guys aren't going to remember any of it anyway, so. Right.
That's pretty smart.
So weird. So weird. I gotta pick up kids. Oh yeah, I still gotta pick up the kids. Oh, I know what you mean. We got finals in here. If I'm not doing makeup stuff, I might be around. I'll be around.
I might be able to make up.
Well, I would do a nice little rouge.
Can we sing happy birthday to Mom?